Hey guys, what's going on? Gravender here, and welcome back to another episode of WWE Immortals. Now, we've got Payback coming up shortly. As you can see flashing in the background here of the game, we actually see the Payback logo stuck up on there. So I figure, let's do a little bit of gameplay. Let's run down the Payback card and kind of get an idea of what's going on, and just kind of look and see if the WWE's doing a little bit better than where they were probably around this point last year. But right now we currently have a pretty good card, if I do say so myself. It doesn't look that bad. We've got Callisto versus Ryback for the United States Championship. It's kind of one of those up in the air things. Callisto is an awesome wrestler. I'm not going to take anything away from him. He is absolutely an awesome wrestler, but I just don't see the appeal between him and Ryback. Ryback he's just not really my cup of tea, I would say. Wasn't really big on him whenever he was in the NXT show as Skip Sheffield, and he had a little bit of an exciting time for us when he first debuted the Ryback gimmick, and I got a little bit excited about it. I was a little bit happy, but he's kind of wore thin on me. He's kind of like the John Cena treatment for me. Like, after so long, you're done with him. So I don't know if this goes above the opener of the show, or if it's not like on the preview show. I don't know what's going on with the WWE at that point. This, to me, shouldn't be one of those matches that end up on the main show. So that's just my opinion. And then we move on to what I think should probably be the opener of the show. It probably won't be, but the train wreck that is Baron Corbin, to me, versus Dolph Ziggler. I didn't like Baron Corbin when he was in NXT. I didn't have any love for the guy. I don't like him. I don't think he's a good wrestler. I've seen him actually fight live. I got really excited. I went to a house show around December with my cousin, and it was just a regular WWE house show. It wasn't an NXT house show. And they had an NXT championship match, and Finn Balor was the champion. So I got really excited whenever Finn Balor came out first, and I'm like, oh god, yes, this is going to be awesome. We're going to have some epic match of the night stuff here. And then the music hit for for the opponent in the match, and it was Baron Corbin. And the match was pretty bad. And it's not because of Finn Balor. The match was pretty bad because of his opponent. I really don't like Baron Corbin. I love Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is one of those guys who has got breaks, but he really didn't get a good enough break, and they've kind of buried him lately with his 80s hairband gimmick type bullcrap that they've been doing to him. So I'm really not looking forward to anything coming out of this match. I really don't think it's going to be that great. Next up on the card, I would put Charlotte with Ric Flair versus Nattie Neidhart, Natalia, whatever you want to call her. She's Nattie Neidhart, but with Bret Hart. And to me, the most exciting thing about this match is Bret Hart and Ric Flair. Even as old as they are and as crippled up as they are, I really don't like Charlotte. I don't think Charlotte was. I don't think she's that good of a wrestler. I don't think she's as good as what they kind of put her over to be. I've thought that for a long time. I didn't really like her in NXT. Same with Baron Corbin. She's just not she doesn't click with me. I've always liked Becky Lynch a lot more. Becky Lynch was more fun. I would even say Bayley. Bayley is better than Charlotte to me, and Bayley really doesn't have that much of a personality, I don't think. So yeah, like I said, just my personal opinions, guys. I'm not trying to like tick anybody off if these are like some of your favorite wrestlers, but just to me, these aren't exactly my favorites, and that's why I would put them kind of at the bottom of the card. Then moving on, I would have the Intercontinental Championship match next between The Miz and Cesaro, which I think could potentially be a sleeper on the show. It could actually be a lot better than what people give it credit to be. The Miz is not a bad wrestler. The Miz is actually a pretty decent wrestler. He's grown on me over the years since he's been in WWE. You know, he wasn't exactly the top talent whenever he first came in after Tough Enough, but I like The Miz. I do like The Miz. He doesn't know how to say Audi, but I do like him. He's a good heel, and he's not bad in the ring. I think he could have been a lot better if they hadn't missed the mark with him and Damian Sandow on their little gimmicks thing that they were running, and I think they kind of screwed the pooch on that one by not putting it up a little bit more than they should have, but it could be a good match potentially. Cesaro has the potential to actually be great in the ring. He has a very good face presence that the WWE doesn't really take advantage of as much as they should. Because Cesaro is just a pretty good all-around wrestler, talent. He's just not the most charismatic person in the world, and I think that's what's hindered him the most since his time here. So we've hit Callisto, Ryback, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, Charlotte, Nattie, The Miz, Cesaro. Next up on the card, since we're about midway through, I would put Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy versus the Vaudevillians, because this is what tag team wrestling should be in the WWE right now, and it's starting to become that. I'm actually happy to see this. This is a classic throwback to NXT, and these guys are going to hopefully burn the house down. The Vaudevillains are an awesome heel tag team. Plain and simple, they were awesome in NXT. I actually loved Aiden English before he became part of the Vaudevillains. I thought Aiden English was hilarious with his gimmick when he would come out and just like rip on people. I'm getting my butt handed to me here, but his little poetry jams and sessions and stuff, I actually enjoyed those a lot. So I'm actually looking forward to that a whole lot. I think it's going to be a really good match. I think it's going to be one of those things that if you weren't an NXT fan before they came over, it's going to be a real sleeper kind of match for you, because you're not going to be expecting a whole lot from them. I mean, we really haven't seen a lot from the Vaudevillains or Enzo and Cass, Big Cass, in WWE yet. They haven't been off of the NXT roster long enough to actually give the WWE fans a big look at what they do best. So that's going to be one that keep your eye open for, in my eyes, and I think it's going to be good. She is actually kicking my butt. That's not how I wanted that to go. Kind of get caught up in my thoughts a little bit more. Next up, I would put Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho. And this has potential to be one of those sleeper matches as well. There's a lot of good potential on this card, if I'm just being completely honest. I think that Ambrose should definitely go over in this match, which he probably will, unless they're going to make it into a series, with like they've kind of done before in the past with some people. that Chris Jericho has faced, but I think that Ambrose actually needs to be boosted up right now, and Jericho's probably one of those guys that could actually do the job properly in helping him get over. But I think it'll be a good match. I think it will. If they let them just go all out and do some of the stuff that Ambrose is known for and Jericho used to be known for doing, then I think it has the potential to be a really good match. Not probably match of the night contendership, but definitely one of those matches you really want to keep an eye out for and really be watching for something good to come down and happen. I'd like to see it have been made into like an Extreme Rules match or something. No, they can't do Extreme Rules because we've got Extreme Rules coming up after this pay-per-view, but I would have liked to have seen it had some kind of stipulation attached to it that would have made it a little bit more hardcore. But, you know, we get what we get, and we're happy with it. It's actually going to be a pretty decent match in my eyes. And this is probably one that's going to be earlier in the card, and that's really kind of frustrating to me that it will be earlier in the card. There's nothing about it that they're going to really push over the top as far as I can tell. But I definitely think it'll be early in the card. But we get the rematch of all rematches from Ring of Honor in Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Steen versus El Generico. I don't know how many times we saw this feud in Ring of Honor. They teased at it, and we kind of got a little bit of it in NXT, but not to the extent we're going to get on Payback. At least not in my eyes. It's not been used to its full potential in WWE yet. So people don't know what they're getting here unless they were hardcore Ring of Honor fans. Unless you knew them before they came to the WWE. This is really going to be your first good look. I'm just going to put this thing down for now. Jesus Christ, I suck at this. You haven't, unless you were a hardcore Ring of Honor fan, you didn't really get a good look at El Generico versus Kevin Steen and what kind of weight that held in Ring of Honor in NXT, because it didn't get plugged as much because Sami Zayn got injured. And I think this is the route they were probably going to end up going with in NXT if, you know, Sami Zayn hadn't been hurt. But I'm really happy that this is happening. This to me, I'm going to go ahead and tag it match of the night. I think it's going to be. I think it's absolutely going to be match of the night. And I'm looking forward to it probably more than anything else on this card. Just because it's Ring of Honor nostalgia. And it's just going to be awesome, I think. Plain and simple. This is the one you absolutely want to watch. And then obviously we end the night with Captain Non-Charismatic versus AJ Styles. Which AJ Styles really doesn't have the best charisma in the world either, but he's far and above a better wrestler than Roman Reigns is. And I'm really kind of wondering what we're going to see in this match. Ideally, to me, and now I know Roman Reigns isn't going to lose the championship to AJ Styles. That's just not going to happen. Sorry guys, it's not. It's not going to happen. AJ hasn't been with the company long enough for them to actually do something like that. But potentially what I would like to see in this match is that all of this crap with the Bullet Club, or whatever they're calling them now, coming in and doing all this stuff to kind of help out AJ, gets flipped into AJ being like, man, I don't know what's going on, and AJ just being a pawn to the whole thing, helping everything go along by playing the idiot. And then we get the true mastermind behind all of it as Gallows and The guy, give me a second. His name's escaping my mind for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, what is it? You gotta look it up. Anderson. God, I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. I just had like a brain fart. Gallows and Anderson come out to the ring during the match. And AJ completely plays stupid the whole time along with it. I would be fine with this going to like a DQ win for Roman Reigns, honestly. And then the true mastermind behind everything makes his WWE debut when Finn Balor comes out and just like totally annihilates Roman Reigns. And then we find out exactly what's been going on this whole time, that Finn Balor has actually been the mastermind behind everything. And then we get a rebranding or a reintroduction, or first introduction for a lot of people, to the Bullet Club. They can call it whatever they want to. They can call it something new if they want to, but to me, that would be the absolute most awesome, best way that Payback could end. You can't tell me that wouldn't be absolutely awesome, and it would make things so much more lively and unexpected the very next day on Raw. I would absolutely tune into Raw the next day if the Bullet Club had formed in the WWE. And a lot of people are saying that Finn Balor possibly being injured because of him losing the championship to Samoa Joe on a non-televised NXT show could be the signs that they're trying to swerve us into thinking that he's actually injured when he's not, and we could actually see him on the pay-per-view. But that's my thoughts on Payback. I think it's going to be a good show. I really do. I think it's going to be a good show. I think everybody should watch it because I'm hoping for the unexpected for once. I want the WWE to do something that I am not expecting. Like when Sting came into the WWE, it was something I wasn't fully expecting. When CM Punk left the company with the WWE Championship and everybody thought his contract had ran out, that's something I wasn't expecting. I want to be excited about wrestling again. That's what I need to stay completely absorbed in this anymore. And they have the possibility of being able to do that right now. So, WWE, make it happen. But, alright guys, that's enough ranting from me on WWE Payback. That's going to be it for this episode. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. Later.